Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with yet another G.I. Joe The Pursuit of Cobra review. And this time it's going to be my Storm Shadow, the Cobra Ninja. Now, this Storm Shadow is from the Desert Battle, and he looks great in packaging. Set the packaging down here. You can see he comes with 4 of his ninja stars, all of which look to be attachable on his sides there, 2 wolf claws, 2 katanas that look like they connect at the hilt, and a very nice looking chain weapon. Can't wait to see how that plays out. As well as his base. So, a lot of great accessories, I can already tell. Back here, up here, you've got a picture of the environment, the desert battle, your same old spiel about G.I. Joe. And Storm Shadow's file card says, Storm Shadow is a ninja mercenary who works for Cobra. As the desert battle rages, he hunts for Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe team ninja, and his sworn enemy. The Cobra martial arts master is prepared for battle in samurai desert armor and armed with connectable katana sword and a you know what? I don't think I'm going to pronounce that right, so let's just zoom in. You can judge for yourself. Chain weapon. Mission equipment, hand-forged steel heirloom, katana sword. So that being said, always glad to add another Storm Shadow to my collection. Let's pull this bad boy out and see how he stacks up to the rest. And here we have the Desert Battle Storm Shadow out of packaging. And he looks great, especially with this realistic chain weapon. I didn't know if this was going to be an actual chain or kind of like a soft, bendable plastic to make it look like it's posing, but they went with a real chain, and I really think that adds something to the look of the figure. Speaking of which, he does have this back pad back here, which I couldn't see in packaging, which can hold both his swords, and I feel like I'm underutilizing this, like maybe it has a use and I just haven't quite figured it out yet. It definitely looks like if you've got an extra set of swords, then you can put them in here, because you can pull them out of one slot and put them right back in another, as you can see there. Speaking of which, let's pull his katanas out. And you can see how they kind of interconnect down here at the hilt. It's just a simple little peg. Pop them in. Boom, you've got your dual-bladed katana, which we'll have a better look at in a little bit. Of course, let's actually go into the detail on Storm Shadow, because he looks great. Of course, he's got the little shroud up there. He's got all the little medallions and stuff on his little coat there. Well, cowl. And panning around, you can see that back of his mask is ripped, and you can see his hair poking out. Of course, he's got his Cobra tattoo. Oops, knocked the chain out of his hand. And down here you can see all of his ninja stars are attached. Just a great job of detail, and I really like how they went with a realistic cloth down here on the edging here. Of course, panning back out. Let's pull his chain weapon out. And let's lay this off to the side. Oops, not the light. Of course, his 2 wolf claws, which let's put those in his hand really quick. Both fit just fine. Pulling them both out. His katana, which, let's make sure he's getting his hands right real quick. 1 and 2. Both also fit great. And of course you can just kind of turn it over here. And boom. You've got the dual-bladed katana. As well as, let's try and get him holding it with both hands. That's another great look to this figure. Of course, that being said, if I didn't mention it before, they have went with giving the Cobra bases 2 pegs instead of just 1, like the 25th anniversary line, which really makes them connect to the base a lot more solidly. Of course, let's pull his katanas out of his hand. Storm Shadow has the standard articulation for the G.I. Joe universe. His head does a full 360, up and down. Arms go out, do a full 360. Bends at the elbow. Spins at the wrist, turns at the waist, same for both arms. Legs go back, forth, out, double joint at the knee, and have an ankle joint. So getting all this put back together. The Pursuit of Cobra line is running you $8 at most targets. I think $8 is the standard price most stores are going for. However, Walmart, I hear some Walmarts have jacked their prices up to $10 at the time I'm making this video. And Toys R Us is running $8. So I'd say Target is your best bet for these. Still a little early in the line. They haven't really hit a lot of places yet. Having a hard time getting this sword in here. But if you find these guys, the whole line is incredible. Desert Storm Shadow is definitely one of the more fantastic figures out of this line. Oh, if I didn't mention his little ninja stars, they come off. They don't fit in his hand all that well, but you can kind of just sort of lay them in here and they'll stay, but it's not a huge deal. They're honestly just for show for me anyway. But that being said, I highly recommend picking Desert Storm Shadow up, and this is JTrain997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube.